Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we are going to talk about Black Onyx. A little while ago I had someone post a message on one of my videos asking me to do a video on Black Onyx, and to be honest, I really wasn't going to do it. I haven't done it so far, and I didn't want to bring any attention to this stone in particularly. But after doing a little bit of research, especially after this post, I realized that there's a lot of people out there using Black Onyx, and I feel that this message needs to get out. Now, it hasn't been easy to make this video. You're probably going to see it broken down because every time that I intend to, something happens, and I've been going through quite some few interesting situations ever since I said yes to this video. And I believe it is because something, some force out there in the universe doesn't want to get this message out, or doesn't want me to get this message out. But I believe it is of importance. So let this message reach those that it needs to reach, the people that are using Black Onyx. If you are good with it, if it has been positive for you, then so be it. But for those who are finding themselves in a challenging time, you may want to take a look at this. Now, Black Onyx is known as the stone to have if you are going through a very difficult time, because it is known for its ability to be able to trap in negative energy, to be able to remove it from its environment, giving you a sense of stability and willpower. In other words, grounding. And it does so because it is a stone that is very attuned and very known for being able to work with your root chakra. Root chakra being the chakra that focuses on grounding itself. Now, this ability to allow us to ground, to find grounding, is what ultimately help us move through challenges, right? Manage and navigate adversity in order to be able to come out victorious on the other side. And on the physical level, Black Onyx is known to be a stone that increases your stamina and endurance, basically making you more resilient, being able to cope better with all those physical, mental, spiritual adversities that you may be going through. Now, after going through the positive properties of Black Onyx, here is the reason why I personally, in my very own personal opinion, based on my experience using Black Onyx, I will say that if you have this stone, grab it and immediately throw it in the trash, right? It is a beautiful stone, guys. It is really a beautiful stone. But unless you can handle it appropriately, unless you have the maturity to be able to handle and manage it accordingly, you have to get rid of it as soon as possible. Why? Because of this. Let's look at the positive. It has an astounding ability to get rid of negative energy in the environment. It traps it. That's my point. But the problem is that unlike Black Tourmaline, which is my personal favorite, Black Onyx does not transmute that negative energy into positive energy. It keeps accumulating it with nowhere to go. Unlike selenite, it doesn't destroy the negative energy. It doesn't dissolve it. It stays within the stone, and it keeps accumulating and accumulating and accumulating unto such point where it accumulated so much that it starts releasing it back out, right? Why? Because we can only hold so much negativity in our lives. And that goes with everything. Material, every entity, every living thing and non-living thing in this planet has an energy source, an energy field. And it can only hold as much negativity as possible. It has a breaking point, a point where it cannot hold anymore, and it starts releasing back out. Same as with us human beings. What happens when a person becomes really negative? You feel it. You're next to that person. The presence feels heavy, feels very negative, because that person is holding so much that it starts to release it back out into the universe. And that's what happens with the stone. So it might start to work for you at the beginning. For me, it took about 2 months where everything was perfect. Everything was working. I was able to breathe from everything that I was going through. And then it just flipped. It flipped because I was going through so much negativity that it could only hold so much, and then it started to release it all back out. And my world turned upside down, even more so than it was, very, very quickly. So this is my point. If you are unable to cleanse the stone, because you have to cleanse the stone, and I will recommend that if you decide to work with it, if you decide to stay with it, you have to cleanse it daily. When I bought that stone, no one told me. I was just starting out with crystals. I made a search, this is what the stone that came up to clear negativity, to absorbing negativity from the environment. I needed at that time, I bought it. No further explanations as to what needed to happen with that stone in order for it to work for you, right? So I bought it at home, used it, and all hell broke loose after a while. And I am warning you, and I'm warning everybody, because if you're going through difficult times, more often than not, you forget to clean the stones, because there's so much going into your life. You forget to keep a daily routine of cleansing the stone, and you're either going to cleanse it with, I wouldn't even say Palo Santo. Don't use Palo Santo, use sage smudging stick, a selenite stick, and salt water. Okay? Those are the 3 basic ones. Selenite stick on a daily basis. Once you finish using your stone, if it's part of a jewelry piece, put it on top of a selenite stick. Let it sit there for the rest of the day until you're going to use it back the next day. That helps remove and dissolve that negativity, right? But once a week, on the weekends, whenever you got time, once a week, you're going to do a deep cleanse. And you're going to do it with sage, or you're going to do it with salt water. If you salt water, you need to leave it there for a few days. Yet you can't wear it so that it cleanses. I would even say 7 days so that it fully cleanses. If you're doing it with sage, you're going to do it also for 7 days. And this is how important it is, because this stone easily traps negativity, and it can easily turn your life upside down if you don't cleanse it correctly. Okay? To me, myself, I have labeled it the devil's stone, and I know there are some people who believe out there that say, oh, in Christianity it is said that it's the one stone that the devil doesn't have. Yes, I agree, because he created it himself, and he created it so that he can send it out to you to ruin your life very quickly. So yeah, he doesn't need another demon. He's got plenty. He just sent that one out to you so that it could ruin your life when you least expect it, when you least think it's going to happen. Why? Because you're most probably not taking care of the stone the way that it should. And one of the main reasons for that is because, funny enough, black onyx in its pure state, the real black onyx, is very rare in nature. So it's very rare occurring. So 99% of the times, what you're going to have that has been sold to you is not a real black onyx. It is a gray chalcedony, which in other words, it is a quartz. It's a quartz. And what do quartz do? Quartz are amplifiers, right? Because of the black tint within the stone, it absorbs negativity, but it can also have the property of amplifying it if you don't know how to take care of it correctly. So take my advice, take my warning. If you want to stay with your black stone, then you have to treat it correctly, specifically black onyx, because what you have is a gray chalcedony that has been dyed to look like a black onyx. And some people say, no, black onyx is a gray chalcedony. It is a quartz. It is in the quartz family, blah, blah, blah. That is up to you to believe it or not. I know there's many YouTubers, there's many people out there who swear by the fact that those are these properties. I do not think so. I think you've been sold a stone to be something that it's not. And the real black onyx, that is very rare in nature. And 99% of the time, I can tell you that what you have in your hands is not a black onyx. So if you're going to use it as such, remember you have a quartz, dyed quartz, that has the property of amplifying, right? So if you're going to believe it is a black onyx, remember it traps energy and it's also going to amplify it. It's going to trap that negative energy and it's also going to amplify it. So you need to be very careful and you need to be on top of your cleansing. Okay, guys, that is really all that I have on black onyx. I'm not going to go more into it. I've given you the warning. It is up to you. It is a beautiful stone, but it's a stone that I would reserve solely for healers, healers because they know exactly what to do with it. After they have worked with the stone, they know exactly how to cleanse it, how to purify it in such a way that all that negativity is completely expelled and doesn't become negative or doesn't become harmful to you later on. So I hope you take this advice. If you do have Black Onyx, I wish you all the best. Please cleanse it often. Treat it very carefully. Treat it with lots of love so that it doesn't, because it will most probably not even be a Black Onyx. It will be a gray chalcedony. Treat it with lots of love. Treat it as the force that it is. Treat it as the amplifier of energy that it is. So don't only just send negativity or expect it to trap negativity, but send a lot of love and positivity to it. Make sure that you care for it, right? Because that's the important message here. If you're going to have it, it is a stone that needs a lot of care. It is not a stone that you can leave around just for the sake of it, because it will absorb that negativity and then amplify it back to you. I wish you all the best. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Until next time.